Hello folks, how you doing? As you can see behind me, in this video I'm going to pay tribute to Neil Peart, drummer from Rush. Today is a sad day. Today's a sad day. The news broke out of him passing away, Neil Peart of Rush. I believe he was 67 or 68. Now I can't really remember. As I read in the article, he passed away on Tuesday, which I believe was the 8th, or the 7th. He passed away on Tuesday. As I'm filming it, as I'm filming this video, it is Friday afternoon. And I was shocked to hear the news of Neil passing away. Very, very shocked. I love that technique there, that cross-hand technique. I love the way he does that. Anyway, I was real shocked to hear the news today. I heard on the radio first. As a living, I work for a medical group, and I pick up patients and drive them to their surgery and drive them home, and other things that the doctors would ask of me. And so when I heard the news, I was in the middle of driving a patient home, so I couldn't really listen to the radio that much and get more information. I just caught that he had passed away. And like I said, I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned to hear that news. I didn't know his health was that bad. I knew he retired because of some ailments, but I didn't know he was dealing with something like brain cancer. It was, wow, I was really shocked to hear that news. So then I got online, got on my phone and going through social media, and I saw all these reports of him passing away, and that's when you realize, well, it's very, very real. He is gone, and it was shocking news. I was pretty surprised by it. I'm not going to show like my whole Rush collection or anything in this video. I do want to show this though. Show of Hands. This is the video for the live concert video for a Show of Hands. This is the album. This is where I came into Rush. I was 18 when this live album came out and this live DVD came out. Well, back then it was VHS. I was 18 years old when these things came out, and that's when I really just got into Rush. I mean, I've heard of them before that, of course, but it's just songs here and there I heard on radio. It wasn't until I bought this live back then cassette and this live back then VHS tape that I really got into him and saw him live in concert and was just floored by his drumming. I've been drumming for like 3 years at this point, but his drumming, like a lot of people, blew me away when I first saw him. And this was my first introduction to Rush and Neil Peart as a drummer. So yeah, I couldn't believe how amazing this guy was. He was like one of the best drummers I'd ever seen and heard, and I quickly became addicted to his drumming and became addicted to the band Rush, and finally got to see Rush live in 1990. It was during the Presto tour. I actually saw 2 shows on that tour, both of them in Sacramento. And that was like one of the best concert experiences of my life. I was completely blown away at that concert. He did that big drum solo live, and oh man, that just blew me away. And over time, I've seen Rush live probably a dozen times, from 1990 all the way to their last tour, the R40 tour. I'm so glad I bought a ticket to see R40. I didn't go to the very last show in LA. I caught a show here in Northern California, in San Jose, California. But it was pretty close to the last show. I think after that they did 3 more shows, and that was the end of the tour. But it was a great night, and one of the best Rush concerts I've ever seen was the last one, because of the incredible set list they had, from old, current to new. I mean, from the old songs all the way to the current songs. It was a great evening, and he's been a big influence on me as a drummer. And I listened to this album when I had it on a cassette, listened to it to death. I mean, I wore the damn thing out. And the video cassette, the VHS tape, I also wore that out too. because I could not stop watching the drum solo and this incredible concert. And then when I finally got to see it with my own eyes during the Presso tour, that's life-changing moment, basically. And I've been pretty spoiled. I got to see Rush over the years from 90 to like 2015, about a good dozen times on pretty much every tour they did. Only one I missed was the R30 tour. I didn't go to that one, but only because there was no new music played. That's why I always want to catch Rush when they got a new album out. So I didn't really regret missing that one, but I have it on DVD, so I get to see what I missed. But they are, without a doubt, one of my favorite live bands to watch. They were so good live. And Neil Peart is a drummer, just endlessly blown away by his technique. The guy was just a master at the drums. And whether you were a fan of Rush or not, you at least respected him as a musician and as a drummer, because he was that good. The guy was fantastic. And he was a great lyricist, too. If you dive into some of Rush's lyrics, he really penned some amazing lyrics. And the one that sticks with me the most is the very last Rush album, the last song on the last Rush album, which is called The Garden. I love those lyrics. Probably my favorite of Neil's lyrics is on The Garden. I mean, there's so much more. But that's the one I really love to go to the most. Probably because it's somewhat recent. Definitely more recent than Tom Sawyer and Spirit Radio. But those were great lyrics too, don't get me wrong. But I really love The Garden. I love the music, but I really love the words to it. Beautiful song all around. All right, I didn't want to make this a long video. Without a doubt, Neil Peart was one of my drum heroes. I had the big three, which was him, Phil Collins, and Stuart Copeland. And so it was really sad to see one of my three drum gods pass away. And I just wasn't expecting this news today. I really wasn't expecting it. I just sat in my delivery van and thought to myself, Neil Peart is dead? He's dead? I just couldn't believe it. And then, of course, you see all the articles online and you hear it announced on the radio. It's very, very real and very, very sad. So today's a very sad day. Not so sad if you remember the memories of seeing Rush live or seeing Neil Peart live, whether you saw it in person or just watched his videos on YouTube. He definitely impressed a lot of people with his playing, definitely. But like I said, it's a sad day. He will definitely be missed by me, because I was still holding on to a little bit of hope that Rush might get together for one more show, and obviously they still can. It would just be Alex and Geddy with guest star drummers, which I think is very interesting, and I would still pay money to see that. That would be very interesting, and maybe it could be a tribute to Neil Peart. Who knows? Hopefully they do something like that. It would be very cool to see. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, today is a sad day. Very sad day. A lot of people were shocked by this news. They were floored by it. Some people woke up to this news. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. And he is one drummer and one musician that will definitely be missed. And so tonight, I'm just going to pour myself many drinks and spin all my favorite Rush vinyl and watch a lot of my favorite Rush concert videos like this. And just remember just the joy I got from just seeing this amazing drummer live and this incredible band, three-piece band live. It was like one of the biggest thrills in my life to watch these guys perform and have it look as cool as it did, have it sound as amazing as it did, and being a drummer myself, watching one of the world's best make it look easy on stage and would be on point every time I saw him live, except for one time One time, I think it was the Counterparts tour. I don't remember what song it was. They were going to hit a little break during a song, like a 4-count break or something like that. And during that time, he'll throw up his drumstick straight in the air. He'll come down, he'll catch it, and then come back in right on beat, start playing the drums again. Well, this time he threw the stick up, but it went kind of lopsided and fell behind his kit. And you could read lips pretty well. You could just hear him go, "Fuck!" and grab another stick, and of course come on beat. And if you had your eyes closed, you didn't notice anything. It was in that instance I realized, oh my God, Neil Peart's human after all. He fucks up like everybody. He was finally brought down to my level for 4 or 5 seconds. And then he was spot on every time I've seen him live since then. But I remember that. I still remember when he missed his drumstick and I could just see that, fuck! Grabs another stick out of the stick bag and just doesn't miss a beat. Well, rest in peace, the professor. Man, it's hard to believe. I'm going to live in a world where Neil Peart's no longer with us. Very sad. Anyway, please leave me some comments if you have any memories of Neil Peart. If you've seen him live and he did something that blew you away, or whatever comments you'd like to leave. I really would love to read them. And of course I'll answer back. All right. See you at the next one, folks.